Welcome, anti-gunners. If any of you actually watch this video, I want to talk to you just a little bit about the NRA. You know, Satan, the devil incarnate, as you like to refer to them many times. You know, the ones that want to see dead children in the streets, the ones that are behind every single mass shooting that's ever taken place, the one that just wants to hand out AR-15s and AK-47s like they're candy to anybody, including felons, right? These are the people I want to talk to you about today. This grand demonic organization that you hate so much. Can we just have a quick conversation about that? You see, I want to talk to you about the NRA because I want to prove how wrong you are about the NRA. And I'll explain why I want you to understand how wrong you are about the NRA here at the end of the video. But first, let's talk about why you're wrong about the NRA. First off, let's look at the NRA as an organization. Now, they have about 5 million members out of about 90 million gun owners in the country. Now, 5 million members is pretty substantial. Most members pay roughly around $25 every year to be a member, give or take. It can kind of go up and down, things like that. But roughly, that's about it. So they bring in quite a bit of money every year for an organization of their size. Contrary to popular belief, the NRA is not a large organization, but it's a Washington lobby. It's a Washington gun lobby, give or take. There's some intricacies there we won't go into in this video, but by and large, they get a large portion of their money from their members. Now, they do get money from other avenues as well, but that's kind of the NRA in a nutshell. And they go around and they talk to their members and they talk to others and they talk to people in Washington and they try to fight for gun rights. At least that's what they say. But let me let you in on a little secret. Now, this is something a lot of people in the gun community know full well and have known for decades now. And it's one of the reasons why, even though there are 90 million gun owners in this country, there are only 5 million NRA members. And that's because the NRA, back in 1968, when we had the 68 Gun Control Act, they actually were on board with that Gun Control Act. Back in 1986, they were on board with Reagan's 86 gun ban. They were on board with the Brady Bill. Some people even say they helped write the assault weapons ban in 1994, and they certainly were on board with it, even if they didn't help write it. They backed the NICS background check system, and just recently, they were pushing for the ATF to regulate bump fire stocks. You see, in the background, behind the curtain, the NRA actually likes to get on board with what we, who are pro-gun, consider anti-gun legislation. They fight for gun control when they think most of us aren't looking. And the reason that they do that is because, like any good union, because that's basically what they are, they need their dues from their members, they have to stoke the flames of fear. They have to keep us believing that we are always under threat of having our rights taken away. And as long as we feel threatened and our rights feel threatened, we'll keep giving them money to fight for those rights. That's the true NRA. It's the reason why I am no longer a member of the NRA. And I point all this out not because I want you to like the NRA. I don't think you ever will like the NRA, even though they actually have been fighting for more gun control than you ever will in your entire life. And they've accomplished more gun control than you ever will in your entire life. And by all practical purposes, you should be kissing their ass. No. I think even though now that you know the truth, you still will hate the NRA just because you're used to doing it and you've been doing it for so long. No, I wanted to point out how wrong about the NRA you are to prove how utterly blind you are to the truth. How much you just take what you are told by BuzzFeed or Huffington Post or New York Times or Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer, whoever it is that you listen to, you just take what they feed you and you become their little mouth-breathing puppet, repeating everything that they tell you to repeat over and over and over again. You've turned yourselves into foolish little puppets. Puppets who never do any research for yourselves, because if you did, you'd know just by going to the FBI's website that compared to 30 years ago, we have 3 times as many guns and less than half the gun murder rate in this country, therefore equating to the fact that more guns don't equal more crime. It's a proven fact. You're ignorant. Willfully so, because there's plenty of people out there like myself that spend a lot of time trying to inform people about the truth about guns in the United States, about gun culture in the United States, about gun crime and gun murders in the United States, about gun owners and gun ownership in the United States, and you just don't listen. You keep listening to good old Chucky Schumer, or you listen to Jimmy Kimmel, or you listen to NPR, whoever it is, Now This, BuzzFeed, New Media. You just take what they hand you on this platter and you just slop it up, man. You never do your own research. And this is a challenge to any of you anti-gunners that see this. Step out of the bubble, man. Do some real research. You just got schooled on the NRA. I bet you the NRA is a completely different organization than you ever thought. Will you take that nugget and go find out more for yourself? Or will you stay in your little anti-gun bubble letting people tell you what to think?